No idea what this does. Change the graphics. I mean, I must say, I know it's the PC version. It wasn't the OG version, which I think was PlayStation 1. But it looks pretty good. I mean, these are pre-rendered backgrounds with 3D characters. The less said about the sound design, the better, though. There's a kind of charm to the fact that these backgrounds are painted. The voices, the sound effects are terrible. It must be noted that I'm playing on easy difficulty because I'm a pussy and I don't feel like a difficult life. I want to have an easy life. I can hear one of them groaning like he's living through the worst hangover of his life. It's a little pornographic. The sounds coming out of these zombies. It does make me think that people are going to be wondering what the fuck is going on. I mean, so when I play a game like this and I'm having to play with a keyboard because gamepad support isn't available and I'm too lazy to look into getting it working, the controls are antiquated to say the least, so I'm having to think about what I'm doing. Which means that I'm a little bit slow on the draw every now and then, but I'm playing on easy. What the fuck is that? Jesus. Right, this is shotgun time. I'm gonna equip this. See what we can do with this puppy. Oh my god. He's still crawling. You see, this is what I mean. I'm trying to think about what I'm doing. I've got a lot of ammo. I'm assuming that's because I'm playing on easy. I have. Ooh. There's not a huge amount of skill to the shooting in this game. Press X, vaguely aim in the right direction, up, down, or middle, mostly middle, and then hit spacebar. And hit spacebar whenever you're in the environment to see if you can pick something up. X, aim, get one of the gonads maybe. No, he's down. No, he's not, he's up. Oh, that was way off. Also, you can't move and shoot. I think that goes without saying, otherwise I would have been. Now, these games are old, and there was a limited space. A PlayStation 1 game weighed in at about, I don't know, 500 megabytes. So they didn't have a lot of space to play with. But I do kind of have to question the reusing of the same zombie sound effect throughout. It's a little bit tiresome. Back for the cowboy. Now, of course, this is Resident Evil 2, so the tyrant will be in this game. When, I can't remember. It's been many, many years since I played this original version. And we are now at the police precinct, and there should be a save game option just inside. So, you have to press spacebar when you want to go downstairs and stuff like that. Alright, we're behind them now, I think. Right. So, fun fact, Resident Evil Requiem takes you back to the precinct, which you'll know if you played the game. And that that song you just heard there, that little intro music that's playing, they reused that with a few alterations in the Requiem game. So when you get to the precinct now in Resident Evil 9, it calls back to this very version of the game with the music that plays as soon as you enter. It's pretty cool. Alright, so this version obviously is different to the way they constructed the remake. Just in the way it's basically laid out, but there's a typewriter here. Cool typewriter sound effect, very cool. Alright, and you have to use ink ribbons in this game, which means you have limited numbers of saves, and it is an option you can use in there's a way to play Requiem as well with ink ribbons. Right, so I've just listened back to the first bit of footage that I've filmed. I'm using Streamlabs, which is free, and I need to stop breathing so loudly in the microphone, so apologies for that. Right, sitrep. We're in the police station. Why is the volume so high? I've turned the volume up. Pause. Yeah, so I listened to myself while I was talking. Too much breathing. Very, yeah, just not great. So I'll try and not breathe as much. Obviously, this isn't going to be polished because I'm talking off the cuff. Having a big Friday night at home. Playing some Resident Evil 2. I'm in a Resident Evil phase at the moment. I've just started a Village again, which is number 8, obviously. And this is all off the back of finishing 9 the other day. I did a video about it. Pretty solid effort, but not as good as Resident Evil 2 Remake. And I wanted to go back and try this one because I haven't played it in years, as I said. And so far, it looks pretty good. Obviously, it's a 1998 game, so it's not going to be polished in the way that we expect these days. It's not going to have the modern contrivances that we have come to know and love, but... Oh, Jesus.
Oh, man.
And as I say, the voice... Well...
Who are you? Oh, you must be the new guy. Leon. Sorry, but it looks like your party has been cancelled. What happened? About 2 months ago, there was this incident involving zombies in a mansion.
Oh, you don't say, buddy.
Outskirts of this city. Chris and the other STARS members discovered that Umbrella was behind everything. They risked their lives to reveal the truth, but no one believed them. Not long after that, all this started to happen. Hang in there. Don't worry about me. Just rescue the survivors in the other rooms. Here, take this key card. You should be able to unlock the doors in the hall with this. Now go. But just go.
Fine, but I'm coming back for you. Just hold on.
Right, so the voice acting has gotten a lot better. Let's be honest. The voice acting is absolutely atrocious. It's like they've picked them up off one of those freelance websites or something. I don't know. I mean, fucking hell. Not great, but... I mean, atrociously bad, I'd say. Doesn't have to be the case. I know that the space was limited on PS1 discs. I just looked it up. It was about 660 megabytes. So the quality, the sound, actual technical underpinnings of it might not be that good, but I mean, you can still emote well and speak clearly and speak well and have variety in the way you deliver lines. I mean, there's been a massive increase in quality. So what have I actually got? Blue keycard. And what does that entitle me to? All electronic lock. Okay, let's try this in here. Yes. Yes. We'll use the blue keycard. Blue card key. Blue keycard should be. Will you use the blue card key? Blue key card, yes. Alright, so it said doors in the plural, so that will be both of them, I assume. Let's try this one. Oh, for now, PlayStation 1 games, or basically console games back in the day, were pretty notoriously difficult to save in. The idea that you could save at any time or you'd have consistent autosaves didn't exist. So you actually had to invest quite a bit of time and effort into getting to a save point and then being able to quit the game. So these weren't light investments of time. Two, 2, 3, 6. So I'm just looking at whether I can put on subtitles. What's that? Doesn't seem to be an option for subtitles. How do I get to the item box? There we go. Pick the empty slot in the inventory and then pick what you want. Jeez. It's a big item box. Alright, let's take 2 first aid sprays. You will be able to hear me clickety-clacketing on the keyboard because it's quite a loud... Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm using Streamlabs to record the screen and my microphone and the audio from the game, and I could if I wanted to put my webcam on, but I'm not going to because I look... I'll be making funny faces while I play, so I'm not going to do that for pure reasons of vanity. Right, there's going to be a jump scare now. That's where the dripping is coming from, the blood on the ceiling. Let's just check the map. Yeah, see, the map in these older versions was very rudimentary. There was no real information displayed at all. They've obviously fixed that or added to it in the remakes, which does make your life a bit easier. I mean, that's the thing about these older games, is that generally they are light on amenities, so you've got to kind of yeah, that cutscene didn't play. There's a problem with the cutscenes in this game. Some of them are not showing all the time, so apologies for that. That's annoying because I wanted to see that. Oh, fuck. So that jump scare failed terribly. No cutscene. Didn't get to see what it did. Pre-rendered backgrounds are pretty nice. 3D character models are obviously showing their age, but the pre-rendered backgrounds, the painted backgrounds, basically they don't really change at all. They're just set dressing. They actually look really good, and they've held up really well. This is obviously the PC version, so the PS1 version would have looked worse. But you can see obviously where the remake came from, what they were doing. Did a very, very good job of modernizing the whole thing and making it a lot easier to play. The controls were much more in line with what we expect from games now, sort of the over the person viewpoint. The problem with pre-rendered backgrounds is it's very hard to see what is an item you can interact with. That's one of the reasons a game like Grim Fandango used the head turn. So the main character in that game would turn his head in the direction of something that was of interest, which would alert you to the fact you could interact with it. Which is the Resident Evil with the dogs? Someone who knows, leave a comment. I can't remember which one it is. Yeah, the neighbours are definitely wondering what's going on. Oh, get off. Cheeky bastard. Did I just come from there? No. Right, I have been here, obviously. Right, perfect time to save and quit. So there's a lot of going through doorways, slowly letting the game load, but I think overall, for something that's now 28 years old, This game holds up pretty well. Resident Evil 2, available on good old games if you want to play it. This is the dark room. This is where you get negatives and actually bring photos to life. The digital generation won't have a clue what this actually is. I think they might have even removed this from... no, they did keep it in the remake. That's true. This is set in the 90s, I believe. So this is appropriate for the time. It was obviously made in the 90s as well, so before the digital revolution came along. So this is Leon chilling in the dark room, just skating around the floor. And that's all she wrote.